Dear viewers, I'm here just for one thing. I want us to look at these competence-based questions about swimming birds and the competencies that are assessed or developed by these questions. Then you, as a teacher of science, you can learn something. So that means that as you teach, don't wait for midterm exams. Don't wait for those exams from the examination bodies to assess your learners. If it is a lesson, teach well in line with competence-based and assess well, still using competence-based questions. I told you that a competence-based question, in other words, is that question that helps a learner to think, to explain, to investigate, to apply knowledge, and to solve a problem. It is that question that helps learners or that prepare learners for real life. So as you sit down to set questions, ask yourself, the questions I'm setting, which skill are they going to develop in my learners? Which value are they going to promote in my learners? These questions that I'm preparing or setting, will they prepare learners or my learners for real life situations? If yes, then you will know that what you are setting is a competence or they are competence-based questions. So without wasting time, let's look at question 1. And these questions are the same questions of this kind which are asked by learners in the national examination, and they find challenges in trying to come up with the answers. Question 1. Give one way swimming birds are able to keep their feathers waterproof. So that kind of question is an high order thinking question. What are the responses? They produce oil from the oily glands. They cover their feathers with oil. Those are the expected responses. What could be some of the competencies in line with competence-based curriculum which we are using for P6 do they develop or assess? 1. Knowledge. In other words, learners will be requested to recall the adaptation of swimming birds. So meaning that knowledge is the competence assessed. Then another one is critical thinking. How? These learners will analyze some of the survival skills that will help swimming birds to survive or to make their feathers waterproof. So in trying to do so, then this question will be developing learners' critical thinking. Then another competence is curiosity in nature. Learners will become curious about nature, will become anxious, will explore more, will try to explore more about nature. Then question 2, explain briefly how the shape of a beak of a duck helps it collect food from water or mud. And the question is taking 2 marks. And these questions of this nature of explaining, they are somehow challenging to the learners. So what is my advice to you as a teacher or as teachers of science? Give them more practice, give them more questions of this nature, guide them on how, what does it mean to explain. If they say explain, what are learners expected to do? Are they expected to use few words, or they are expected to use a lot of words in answering a question of explaining. So let's quickly look at the question approach, the answering approach. In other words, learners are expected, first of all, to state the shape, the appearance of this beak. What do I mean? Broad, flat, spoon shaped. They can use one of these words. So whenever that word, whether broad, flat, spoon shaped, is used by the learner, that learner will earn a mark. Then another marking point is helps it to collect, to scoop, to sieve, to filter fish or food from water or mud. So that's why you will press another tick, because the entire or the whole question is taking 2 marks. So all in all, learners are supposed to say the beak of a duck is spoon shaped, which helps it to collect food, to sieve food, to scoop food from water. The beak of a duck is broad and flat, which helps it to collect fish or to collect food from water. A candidate who answers like that will earn two full marks. Otherwise, when the child says it is a duck has a spoon-shaped beak, that child will be awarded 1 mark, then he will be awarded 0 marks, because that answer is incomplete. What could be some of the competencies that are assessed or developed by this question? 1. Explanation skill. Learners are supposed to explain in their own words how the shape of a beak of a duck helps it to feed. Then another one is critical thinking. In other words, learners will analyze the structure of this beak of a duck, and they will connect it to the feeding habits of a duck, thus developing a skill of critical thinking. Then the last competence is communication skill or effective communication. In other words, the clear explanation that is expected from the child is one way of improving or developing a skill of communication. And these are some of the competencies or the skills and even values that are reflected in our primary school standard curriculum for P6. Dear viewer, just subscribe to my YouTube channel so as you can keep on updated. Go to the comment section, type your question, type your comment. I will be happy and glad to see that comment. May God bless you. See you in the coming video. Thank you.